Arsenal Fan TV, Chris, it's a very, very good win in the end. Was not a given though. Fair play to Watford. They really came at us for about the first half hour. In the first half, they were giving us a lot of problems.
I'll just apologise first of all, because I've lost my voice a little bit. It might surprise a few people because,
You don't sing though, innit?
Shut up.
You don't sing. You sit there eating salmon sandwiches.
I ate the salmon before the match today, so I could sing the whole 90 minutes. And yeah.
But fair play to Watford. I mean, they came out. They gave us a game today.
Talking about singing, best song of the day has to go to Arsenal fans after we scored the first goal. You can stick your mobile phones up your arse. I mean, that is perfectly worded. But no, okay, speaking seriously, I came into this game and I thought it was going to be tough. I thought we'd win, but Watford have only conceded one home goal this season. And that was a penalty.
That was a penalty, yeah.
And so they haven't conceded from open play. And, it's obviously a tough place to come. They're organised and resilient. But I thought it was a superb second half performance from us, and especially after the international break as well. It's hard to keep... That came at the worst possible moment for us. We've just smashed Man United and Leicester. And, it disrupted our rhythm and momentum. And that's probably why the first half was a bit... wasn't at our full-flowing best, but the second half was superb. And Sanchez, he is a machine. I mean, he's travelling around the world. He scored, 7 goals in the last 4 games for us, 3 and 2 for Chile. But I don't want to talk about Sanchez and all the other goal scorers saves. They're going to get enough of their headlines, and probably everyone else on your channel will be speaking about them. But I want to speak about an unsung hero, Hector Bellerin. So I think this is an appropriate time to have a quick mention for him. He never gets talked about on this channel, and he used to be on loan at Watford a couple of seasons ago, so it seems like a good moment to reflect on where he is at the moment. And I think it's phenomenal how he's risen in the past year or so. I mean,
he's keeping a guy like Debuchy, who is a French international, a top player, and he can't get a sniff. There's no way you can put him in at the moment in front of Bellerin.
He's absolutely cemented the right back slot on his own, and he's improved so much defensively this season, and he's basically a right winger for us. I mean, I think everyone saw that stat in the middle of the week, incredible stat, that he's created the most clear-cut chances, not just in the Premiership, but in the whole of Europe. He's created more clear-cut chances than Messi, and today he had a fantastic dribble and set up the third goal. So that just shows every good team has attacking fullbacks who can not only defend well but also contribute going forward. And also Monreal has contributed as well. But I just want to say, everyone goes mad about splashing the cash on £50 million players. And yes, I agree, it's important to invest like that. But also, just as important, is developing these youth players, because it really gives you a competitive advantage over your competitors like Man U, Man City and Chelsea. They just spend 30, 50 million when they need to buy a player. When was the last time one of them developed a player through the youth system and developed them? And that means that we're not spending any money on those players. And also, I'd argue that players like Bellerin, Wilshere, Gibbs have much more of an affinity to their club and love the club more than the Man U, Chelsea players.
It's another point as well, that a player is this thing about patience. I mean, we all can be very impatient when we come to football. I can be very impatient, I'll admit it. But when you look at a guy like Monreal, I mean, that guy today, for me today, he was absolutely outstanding. And he's like that every game now. And last season, there was a lot of fans who wanted him gone. I mean, he was like the person who was like the scapegoat for a lot of... Do we have to give like Wenger credit, or... for having patience to stick with a player like that?
Well, you talk about Arsenal fans have so much patience. We always give Wenger credit. But it's not just Bellerin and Monreal. It's also players like Ramsey. I mean, he had an awful couple of years, didn't he, after his leg got broken? But we stayed patient with him, and we're reaping the rewards now. His right wing isn't his natural position, but I saw your video in midweek where you said that Ramsey covers the most ground out of everyone in the league, and he is a very valuable player for us. And Wenger does deserve credit, as well as the scouting system, for picking up these players like Bellerin, and because most of the players we sign are not superstars. Sanchez and Ozil apart, most of the players that we sign are not household names, but I mean, they're just Bellerin and Monreal, just two in a very long list over the 19 years that Wenger and the scouting system has produced to turn them into pros at the very highest level. I mean, we could be here all night talking about Henry and Vieira, but we're lucky to support such a club with these players. It's a joy to watch sometimes.
In half, and you know what? We won 3-0. Excellent. Clean sheet.
How good is that guy, Alexis Sanchez?
Oh God! I'm telling you now, Arsenal, if you ever sell him, you'll have me to deal with, and thousands of Arsenal fans.
I mean, there's that rumour this week about